Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Wick, and I'm joined here with.
Hello, everybody. My name is Avi Aviator, and today I'll be giving you a boy named Arata.
Just a good boy.
He's just a good idiot thief boy.
So,
Yes.
tonight, what is Arata doing?
Um, it's getting pretty late. Arata's at work at the inn's little cafe area. Ooh, excuse me. Um, and he's it's getting close to closing time, so he is busy cleaning up, uh, pretending that his cat is not hanging out under the counter, but he is. But he is cleaning up dishes and whatnot. Um, yeah. So he's just going through the evening routine.
Makes sense. So, Arata, as you're cleaning up and whatnot, um, you hear the door. Is it open? Right?
Yeah,
It's still technically open.
it's still technically open. He hasn't turned aside, so
So, so you hear the door open. Do you think there's like a little bell on the
I think
top
so.
or something?
Yeah.
It's like a little ding-a-ling. Uh, and this Toon just kind of stumbles in a little. Um, would you? Nah, I'm not gonna do that right now. I was like, I don't know. But, oh, how tall is Arata, by the way? I was just
Arata
curious.
is 5'9", so he's a little bit shorter than a Larry.
Oh, but you're taller than this Toon by like an inch.
By an inch.
Yes, because this Toon, who looks kind of like a roundish, typically cheerful clown, uh, has walked into the inn, kind of the cafe portion, and actually, could you make a perception or maybe an insight, whichever you feel?
uh, I'm giving this boy. This isn't. That is the
Oh,
wrong command.
that
Join
is.
dash.
I know.
He got.
Oh, oh
Sorry,
no.
that was an insight roll. That was an insight roll. Uh,
Oh,
that was a natural 20 plus 5.
okay. So, wow. Okay. What a way to start off.
Hello.
So,
My name's
already.
Arata. Welcome to Jackass.
Yeah. You can see right through this guy.
God.
So as soon as this clown Toon has stepped into the place, you notice that like his clothes are a little disheveled, mostly like his blouse portion. What he wears suspenders. I mean, he has like a coat over it, but you see one of them has gone loose. Um, Even though he has this heavy clown makeup, he still looks kind of flushed. And the way he kind of just teeters a little as he's walking through the room, you already know before he gets to the counter. This guy's drunk,
Ah!
and he also looks a little downtrodden. Just the way that his face kind of he looks kind of sad. Um, but he makes his way pretty wordlessly to the counter. And hold on, I want to roll something. I want to see what happens. Oh, okay, good. He's fine. So I just wanted to see, does this guy have enough dexterity to pull out the stool and sit properly?
Well,
He's fine. So he pulls out a stool and takes a seat at the counter. And he now he takes a look over at you, Arata, and he says, "Hey,
hey, what can I do for you? And he stops washing the dishes and he reaches for a towel.
I earlier I was passing by here, but I wasn't hungry till now. I sell curry."
Yeah, it's my it's a family recipe. Are you here for some?
I mean, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. It'll just be a sec. It's 3 gold. And
So
Arata
go ahead.
turns to start making curry.
So he fishes into his jacket. I'm just gonna roll. Let me see. Oh, okay. So he goes in and he gets out the amount of gold. And while you start preparing stuff, he then asks, "You got anything to drink too?"
Yeah, we got coffee, got some tea, got some hot chocolate, but I also got some water if you need any.
uh, what kind of tea?
Got all kinds. Let me see. He takes a moment to like look through different packets, and I'm going to pull some random ones off the top of my head. Got some peppermint, some chamomile. We got some rose hip and hibiscus. Um, some berries. Any of those sound
You
nice?
you got any green tea?
Yeah, actually. Um, let me get that for you.
And then how much is that?
Just for 1 cup, that's just a gold, just one.
So he adds a fourth gold piece. He kind of just leaves it on the counter, like, you know.
Yeah, Araldo will take it when he's done, like fixing everything
Well,
up.
yeah.
So he gets a kettle ready, sets it on the stove, continues cutting and getting the meal prep.
He's gonna reach into his hammer space again. Okay, that's good. Uh, he he shuffles through his jacket and takes out a box. Um, he sets it on the counter, opens it up, uh, and he takes out. I mean, I don't know if you noticed because you're preparing it, but like food. I mean,
Yeah,
um,
Araldo will
you
probably
know,
like look over his shoulder every so often to make sure this guy who is definitely drunk is all right.
uh, he takes out a fresh cigar from the box, and along with a lighter. He puts the box back in his jacket, uh, and he sticks the cigar in the corner of his mouth, and he goes to light it, but then he doesn't. He just kind of he's just holding the lighter. He's kind of just staring at it. Uh, Probably not good to smoke in here, right?
Nah, we got all kinds of guests upstairs.
Hmm. He simply nods, and he takes a cigar out of his mouth. Instead, he just puts it in the little hat. He has like a little bowler hat that he's wearing. Uh, he just sticks it there, like, all right, well, I already had it out, so.
Yeah, no worries. Um, and I think right now that Arata pours this guy his cup of tea, hands it over to him, and he goes back to the dish, and he says, "You doing all right there, buddy?"
Yeah, yeah. I'm doing all right. He takes the cup and brings it closer to himself. Kind of just stares into his murky reflection in the tea.
Well, not everybody who stares at their tea reflection says that they're fine, so.
Sorry. He doesn't say anything else. He he picks it up. It kind of just blows on it for a second because you just poured it. It's kind of hot,
Yeah.
but he takes a tentative sip and puts it back down. He's just very quiet right now.
Yeah. Arata's almost done with the curry, and he goes, before I forget, do you want this spicy at all, or just nah?
However you like to make it,
All
he
right.
just says.
So not too spicy. I got it. Arata's trying to get this guy to like, hopefully cheer up. Uh, but
Yeah.
but eventually, he does finish the meal, and he sets out a plate of like rice and some curry. Sets some silverware for the guy to take, and he just goes, "Here you go."
Thanks. And then he picks up. I did this again. Me. Oh God. What? Fork, spoon? How do you eat curry?
You can eat it with either.
I'll assume a spoon, I guess.
Mhm.
I typically think of one as a spoon. So he picks up a spoon and he takes a scoop and eats it. And I'm just gonna carry over Arata's previous insight roll because that was a very good roll. Um, this this clown, you're not sure if you've ever seen such a sad clown. His eyes look really watery. He's just, but he's starting to smile a little bit, as if he's remembering something nice. And he takes another bite.
I'm trying to decide what Arata would do here. Uh, he probably he probably knows that it's because the clown's like thinking of something, but he does like have a half smile, sort of. That's kind of small when he sees the clown smile again. So he just goes, "Food's good."
He doesn't look at you at first. He just kind of nods for a moment, and then he turns and looks at you. Yeah, yeah, it's good. It reminds me of. It just reminds me of someone.
Yeah, is that so?
And he takes another scoop, but he doesn't eat it quite yet. Yeah, it, and he tries to lean back a little, but it's a it's a stool, and he's like, oh wait, oh whoops, oh,
Go easy there.
sorry. Yeah, he actually picks up the tea and takes another sip. Man, this just really reminds me of and he's trying to search for the right words. Uh, Reminds me of a friend of mine. That's all.
Yeah, I getcha.
He used to make good stuff just like this. I mean, not exactly.
Yeah, well, I read somewhere that food and stuff, and like how they smell and how they taste, they're kind of linked to memory, or some kind of something like that.
And he gives a slow nod, like, yeah, he gets that. And he takes another spoonful of curry. Yeah. And he goes again to into he goes into his hyperspace again. Um, which is just his coat. Oh, you
Oh
oh
no!
boy,
He
what's he
fumbles.
clown on the loose? What are you gonna do? What did I put for? Oh, okay. Um, all right. So he goes into his coat, um, and he pulls out uh, a leather briefcase, and he looks kind of confused at it. that's uh, that's not what I meant to. Uh, and he kind of just haphazardly places that on the counter. That's not what I. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe I should stop thinking about stupid stuff. I should just, focus on my work, right? And he looks at you as if you're gonna give him some kind of answer.
Arata kind of like, I think at this point Arata's like he's like also he's listening, but he's also like gone back to washing what's left of the dishes. Um, but he kind of just he just shrugs at this clown man, and he says, well, if it's on your mind, then like it's gotta mean something.
Yeah. He also kind of gives a little shrug, like, I don't know. But he goes back in for into his coat. Oh,
That's another fumble.
I mean, it'd be a fumble even with the first fumble, but this dude's having a time. Oh, what does that get you? Oh, good. Luckily, like I kind of combined fumble space and inventory, so that's actually the thing I was looking for. Surprisingly. So
Amazing.
he go. Oh, wait, hold on a second. So he goes into his jacket and he pulls out this bouquet of flowers. And he's just like, you know one of these things? Like you don't know what a flower is.
Arata would hate to put a stereotype on this because this toon is a clown. He's
Okay.
like he's half expecting this bouquet to like spray water.
And wait, should I roll something to see if he gets that, or
I don't know. I think Arata just kind of like looks at the other guy, and he just goes, a bouquet of flowers?
yeah, it's and he actually looks a little excited to explain exactly what you were thinking. See, look, there's this thing on the bottom, and he kind of opens a little bit of the wrapping on it, and you see there's like some kind of bulb or like container. It's like, so you just kind of squeeze that part and it sprays everywhere. But that's not what I was focusing on. Um, because he turns his attention back to the flowers. They're all different kinds. They seem to all go together except for one. Doesn't seem to have been part of the original bouquet. Um, and he pulls this blossom out, and he actually just puts the whole bouquet back into his jacket, but keeps this blossom. Um, and he he kind of leans a little against the counter and is just looking at this flower. Um, and you see again. I'm still just going to use that insight roll for a while.
That was a nat 20, man.
Yeah, I'm over here like, oh, you can see through this guy.
The first roll of this FPS, and it was a nat 20.
And I'm just like, oh. You again see like that sad, nostalgic look on his face. Like he's remembering something, or you could probably guess someone, based on this flower. And
see, Arata's first thought is that this is a lover.
and I mean, I can't answer that. I'm like, oh, is it? I don't know. But yeah, yeah. Oh god, my brain just went blank. Like, oh, what's he gonna do next? I forgot.
He's got a flower.
Mm. So,
clown with a flower. What's he gonna do?
What crimes will he commit? So he kind of very carefully places it down next to the cup of tea that Arata had poured out for him, and he stares back at the curry and just mutters more to himself than to Arata. These was too good for me, huh? And he just goes and dejectedly takes another bite of curry.
Oh, jeez. I'm putting this in context. This drunk clown Toon comes into the cafe, orders curry and tea, is sad and nostalgic, pulls out a bouquet of flowers from his hammer space, explained how a bit worked, and then says something that Arata is going to think that this is about a lover's quarrel. Once I take a sip from my water, I think what's gonna happen, Arata's gonna dry off his hands again, and then like look under the counter for something, and then he pops back up and he has something in his hands, and he slides over he's done this bit before with someone else, but he goes,
I feel like I know the bit.
he slides over a wrapped up chocolate coin, and he goes, penny for your thoughts.
Uh, he looks down at the coin. He looks up at Arata. He looks back down at the coin, and then he does let out a low chuckle. uh, the, this this funny kid.
Or try.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and he picks up the coin. Um, it's all in the past. It's nothing really, and nothing major. And he already though he's unpeeling the wrapper, like the foil off of the coin,
Yeah.
and just right there just pops the whole thing in his mouth.
I mean, Arata gave it to him, so he's free to do whatever he wants with it.
And he's just gonna eat it. Yeah, you know that I just miss them, you know. And he picks up the blossom again. This is all I really got of them left.
Wick! Wick!
Yeah,
Wick!
yeah.
Okay. Okay, this clown man says that, and Arata's face, like, almost falls. Can I get an insight check?
An insight check.
From this
Okay.
drunk clown.
How much is this guy's insight? Oh, okay. I was like, how much? God, I forget sometimes. Oh, 13.
Alright, with the 13, I think he gets, I think this clown, can tell that, like, this real kind kid can sympathize, and Arata just, his smile turns kind of, like, soft and smaller, and he just shrugs and he says, yeah, I get that.
And he nods in agreement, stops, and then he's like, wait, no, I gotta be clear. They're not dead. He puts the flower back down. They're not dead. They're just not here. You know.
Arata lets out a breath.
Oh, wow. And he starts laughing a bit. Oh, I'm sorry, kid. Didn't mean to. Didn't mean to do that to you.
That's Arata laughing. He kind of just, like, leans over the counter, like, not in front of the guy, but, like, right next to him. He's, like, got his elbows are on the counter and his head is in his hands and he's laughing.
Man. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do that to you. No, they're just. He looks a little sad again, but he's like, nah, they're probably doing fine. Just like he rummages again in his jacket, but then he starts rummaging a bit more. Wait a minute, where's it? He looks in his other pocket, two other pockets. He now looks a little worried for a second. Where did I? Oh, God. And the realization hits him. Oh, no. I gave it to the Rainbow Kid, didn't I? Now what the hell am I going to look at sadly?
That's me laughing because I know exactly what this is about. Arata looks up and he straightens out. He's got this confused look on his face. And he just goes, Rainbow Kid?
there was uh there was this kid. What was his name? He went into my shop just a couple days. Was it a day? I don't remember. It's been a day. He said.
Sheesh.
Um, but uh, I had this picture, and it was a nice picture. It was a good memory. But God, I was stupid. I gave it to the kid. What's his name? S- Sammy, I think. Yeah, he was this real tall fella. I just,
Uh, Arata just kind of like blinks and he's like, "Oh shit, I know that's Sammy."
yeah. I mean, really, man, I really ticked that kid off. I mean, not like it was really on purpose.
Arata's head
Oh,
just tilts. He's getting concerned. Cause
but I
like,
mean, go ahead.
cause like, again, he knows a Sammy. He considers this Sammy a friend. They went to a ramen food stand together, and he's just like, "Oh shit, is Sammy okay?"
Um, ooh, should I roll to see if he could tell? Because
I
he's kind
guess.
of just yeah, he's just blabbing right now.
Yeah, he's like, that's
Oh, okay, that's a 20.
that's a modified 20.
Yeah. So I
Um,
guess as he says this, he takes a look at Arata and notices kind of like some concern.
yeah, it like
Uh,
Arata
you
just you go
you
ahead.
know the kid?
Arata just goes, is he about like so high, so tall, hood, got a mask over his face?
Yeah, that's the kid. And he
Okay,
and
I
he
know
smiles like
that's Sammy.
in acknowledgement. Yeah, yeah, he's all right. I mean, I don't know if he likes me very much. And he just lets out another chuckle. Uh, I, I just said some stupid stuff is all. And well, now he has a photo that belongs to me. I mean, I gave it to him, but I really shouldn't have.
What was the photo?
It was it was with it was a good memory. It was me and just this little kid, you know, uh, just as and he's kind of just you could see though he's still kind of flushed because he's still a bit tipsy.
Uh,
He's just this little kid, you know, a good kid, pretty young. We was just out at a carnival. That's all. He just kind of he takes another sip of tea. This is some good tea.
Arata just kind of nods and he goes like, "Yeah, I get that a lot." I mean, I know the guy, so if you want, I could probably talk to him and see if he can give it back.
mm, and he kind of he rocks a little back and forth on the stool, so it like leans it back a little, but he's able to to keep himself upright. I don't know. I mean, should I really have it back? Seems like the kid cares a little more than most. I mean, he barely even knows the kid. Now he seems a little agitated. Nothing really angry, just kind of a little frustrated. I mean, I was taking care of him just fine, you know? I mean, what does he know?
I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Um, I'm still trying to figure it out. Oh my god. Arata is like, uh, something happened here. Like, he can tell that, like, something went down, and if it's enough for this guy to get drunk over, hoo boy.
Oh boy.
Hoo boy.
Oh boy.
He kind of shrugs and he asks, he says, well, it's not really my place to know, and you can not say anything, but, if I can ask, what exactly happened?
Well, and he, he's like, well, I mean, I don't know if I really want to get into it. But he kind of leans on the counter like, yeah, I'm gonna get into this. Yeah, well, I mean, he brought in that weird plant. It's just been following me around. And this, so far, this kind of sounds like just the drunk ramblings of this really confused person. He brings in this weird plant to my shop. And he says it's from the kid. And I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. It's not my plant, that's for sure. It keeps following me around. Like, I didn't do anything, I think. Did I? I mean, maybe. But we you know, and he's looking around the room like, well, he's trying to find the right words, but things are kind of coming out in a slurry of, and then, and you know, he saw the picture, and he knows that I know the little kid, you know, but like, I'm pretty sure every little kid wearing like a tiara and like a tutu, and you know, they all go through that little phase or something. And he takes another bite of curry, like,
I'm gonna roll. I think I'm gonna roll like a really quick intelligence. It's not Arata's greatest stat, but
it's okay.
I just want to see if he can put 2 and 2 together.
That's the real question.
No, that was an 8.
Roll it again. I want to see. The second one's better.
No, it's a modified 20.
Let's go. So, and so as he's describing who, you know, this little kid is, yeah, he chuckles again and is like, man, I mean, you would think a kid would know better than to go into Laffy's gaffs and expect me to just, you know, give it to him straight.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah. Because at first you didn't get it, and then I was like, I can say that, and then...
Yeah, Arata was just chilling out here, talking to some drunk guy. Oh no, this is one of Bevan's troops members.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I didn't introduce myself, huh? Uh, I mean, you could call me Mr. Mitchell, but like it's always so formal. I typically go by Laffy, Laffy the clown, and he jovially sticks out a hand for you to shake.
Arata's like, Arata's like inwardly just, oh fuck, oh shit. um, um, what the, Arata, what are you going to say as you shake this guy's hand? Arata just, okay, Arata takes Laffy's hand, and, oh boy. Arata takes his hand and shakes it, and goes, my name's Arata, Arata Satomi. Um, sorry, I've been listening to you, like, ramble for a bit, but...
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'd probably been talking way too much.
no,
He pulls his hand back.
no,
And he's like,
you're fine. I've honestly heard a lot worse from a lot worse.
let's add another lamb.
No, you're...
Ah, you funny kid.
Again, I try, but, like, you... This kid you're talking about, and again, this is none of my business, so you don't have to say anything, is...
Hmm?
This kid you're talking about, their name wouldn't happen to be Bevan, would it?
And you see his face, like it was flushed before, even despite the makeup. It goes like from flushed to like this pale white for just a second, and he's like, "Oh God, does everyone and their mom know who Bevan is?" And he leans back again. Oh God. And now he's holding his head in his hands like, oh jeez, oh no, oh God, have you, oh. He leans on the counter to one side and like, oh jeez, oh, let me guess, did the rainbow kid tell you something?
No, actually, Bevan, Sammy, and I were helping out with, like, catching some guy at a museum, but we all just kind of, like, hung out with each other in different times, but...
Oh. Oh, that's new. Well, new for the kid. But, oh, well, I mean, and he kind of straightens himself out a little, trying to, he's messing with his shirt a little. Well, I guess that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, this is fine.
It's... Look, I know I get the reputation for being a nosy kid. Like, yeah, I've heard it from everybody and their dad. But the thing is, I was talking with Bevan one day, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, I was talking with Bevan once, and they told me about their troop.
Okay.
The thing is
As you're speaking, he goes into his hammer space and he pulls out a flask.
Ah!
And it's like he starts unscrewing it, and then he's like, "Oh, wait, did I not?" And He's just looking from the flask to you to the flask. Um,
Again, Arata is just like Arata's just watching this happen because you're doing this while he's talking about something.
oh, sorry. Like, I know this is your establishment, but it's just.
I don't
And
own this place.
he gestures to the model.
He's just Arata's just I don't own this place, but like just as long as you get home all right, buddy.
He really laughs that time. um, he doesn't respond to the question. But do you mind, before you continue, can you make a perception or investigation check?
Okay, Arata, which one's better for you?
You
Perception.
can even roll both. I don't even care.
Okay, that's 11 perception and a modified 20 for investigation.
Alright, so you notice on the flask, you know, I guess you could have expected like the typical triple X when it comes to like drinking alcohol.
Especially for toons.
But this one has initials. This one has the initials EAB. He unscrews it and he takes a quick swig and says, sorry, continue.
Bevan's been separated from their troop and they really miss them. You wouldn't happen to know where they are, would you?
He kind of just looks blankly at you for a second before well, how long ago did you guys meet?
Wait, how long has it been?
Oh, I don't know. Must have been like, what, a week, two?
Yeah.
I mean, the kid's probably, what, here? We're still in Toontown, right?
Yeah,
He's looking around like, did I just walk out of town or something?
No, Arata's just like, yeah, we're still in Toontown.
Well, I mean, the Rainbow Kids seem to had spotted them pretty recently. So I'm guessing they're still here. Yeah, the troop's been looking for them. I mean, can't seem to catch them. Haven't come near my shop or anything, so yeah. Now he takes another sip of tea, even though it was right after that alcohol. It makes him grimace just a little, but he continues sipping at it. The tea, not the. Yeah. Anyway.
Arata's like internally, he's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like imagining this back and forth in his head between himself and Lupine trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And oh god, I could make this worse on accident.
I could make this worse. Me. I don't know. It's up to you.
Arata is like, so like they've been looking for him for them, but they and Bevan's been looking for the troop, and I just look. Bevan just really, really misses their troop, and I just want to be able to help them get back to them. God, I guess I don't even know exactly what happened. Jesus.
And his smile fades, and he's like, "Yeah, you don't know. You don't really know what happened, huh?"
Oh boy. Arata looks back up at Laffy, and he quirks an eyebrow up, and he's just, no, I guess I don't.
Yeah, well, neither did the Rainbow Kid. Of course, when I talked to him, he didn't seem exactly thrilled, you know. And I'm willing to bet you won't be either. And he kind of is looking off to the side at like away from Arata, just kind of staring at a spot in the counter.
Arata doesn't like the sound of that. The concerned look is back on his face. Sorry, I just dropped my pencil. The concerned look is back on his face.
The silence is palpable. You could hear a pen drop. The tension.
The concerned look is back on his face, and he gets back up to the counter, kind of next to Laffy, and he leans against it, and he goes, "What happened?"
I think he's about like halfway done his curry. Mm-hmm. He quickly takes like 3 or 4 spoonfuls and then just chugs the tea for a hot second. And he puts the glass down. Well, I told him the truth. You know, Bevan being separated from the troop. That the way that it seems like it was an accident. It wasn't.
Arata's eyebrows, they're like furrowing, and they're just like, he's just, I don't like the sounds of this, man. but Arata's still listening.
So he looks at Arata to see if you know if he had anything to add, but he keeps on going. So yeah, I told him the truth, that it wasn't exactly an accident. It was on purpose. It was well, it was I did. I pushed the kid. I did it. I did the separating, if you will. Now, that role was a deception role, but he did not do very well. So, based on the words, you would think that that's what he was saying. Um, but you get a good look at his face.
This
Just
clown makeup
the
face.
this guy. Well, you get a look at his face. As he's saying this, he's smiling, but the way that it feels a bit forced, and his eyes, they look really kind of defeated, and you get the impression just how his voice sounded that this is something he's rehearsed.
Arata takes a deep breath and he trying to pull this off is going to be difficult, but
Okay.
he takes a deep breath, straightens up a bit, tilts his head back, then lowers his chin back down and kind of squints at Laffy, like he's making a show of looking this guy over. and his brows furrow, and I feel like if he were a toon, his glasses would have done the anime sheen right then.
I feel like it already would. He has enough influence, enough anime essence.
And Arata just says plain and simple, I don't believe you.
And this, he, the corners of his mouth kind of like twitch a bit. But he 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 keeps on smiling, kind of like, and he gestures like, what else can I say? But his eyes kind of look weirdly hopeful. You don't believe me, huh? Well, I mean, I am a bit of a bit of a drunk bastard right now. So I get it. It's probably shocking anyway. You know.
Who or what are you covering for?
And he's like, what? Uh, 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 uh. He's trying. He starts waffling a bit. That's. No, Well, look, kid, I told you. I'm the one that did it. I'm the one that got rid of the kid. Okay?
Yeah, and I don't believe you. What are you covering for?
It's I it's it's not. And now he starts crying a bit, and his makeup starts smearing a little, just a little. He's got relatively good makeup, but it's still kind of smudging a bit.
Arata feels bad, but like, shit, man, this rabbit hole goes deep.
And he has his heads in his hands. Heads. Oh god, multiple. He just he takes a shuddery breath, and he quickly composes himself, though his eyes still look kind of teary. You know, have you ever heard of pinky promises? And he
Yeah,
just kind of looks at him like,
I
hmm?
I've heard they're kind of like really a big deal here in Inkwell, but like back home they're not anything special.
Right? Right. Yeah. Well, uh, I know I'm pretty old, and then he just kind of plays with the glass that is now empty from the tea.
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't you know it, I didn't really know much about them till
Oh no.
well up until uh, just maybe a month ago, probably not very long. Yeah, let me tell you, don't don't make them. They're stupid. They ain't worth it. As you could probably tell. I mean, he kind of just looks down at his lap, kind of like, uh.
So let me get this straight. Arata leans back a bit, kind of like to give this guy a bit of space, just so like, and also so he can take a moment to like process this. Arata just like he goes, let me get this straight. You and Bevan were in the same troop. Um, Something happened, and someone or something made you pinky promise to take the fall for separating Bevan from their troop.
He also takes a moment. He doesn't say anything. He is also kind of processing this. Well, I mean, I'm pretty good at it, huh? And he turns, taking the fall. I mean, pratfalls, physical comedy. It's my shtick. He says this, but in his face, you kind of just can tell, like, I he seems to give an indication, like, you're not wrong. But
Arata,
you know,
I kind of want to ask for Laffy to make like um, one more insight check.
okay, what the hell is this insight again? I think it's another. Oh yeah, it's another one of those. All right, hold on a second. Oh yeah, no, he
All right.
doesn't get shit. That's an 8.
Okay, with an 8, you just get his frustrated expression, and Arata like closes his eyes, takes off his glasses, and pinches the bridge of his nose, and he says, "And it's probably be too easy. You let me guess this pinky promise. You can't even tell me their name, right?"
And the smile just quickly wipes off his face. He he kind of he picks up the spoon and kind of just starts picking at the curry or what remains of it. Well, I mean, and he puts the spoon down. I don't know, kid. I never made a promise up until this point. You know, listen, God, I know that you don't have to have a shred of sympathy for me. Believe me, I don't like me either. But
I'm not. Okay.
there are three. There are three habits that I have yet to kick: smoking, drinking, and being superstitious. He leans back again. I just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I mean, improv is a good chunk of what I do, but this is ridiculous.
Okay. Let me get one thing clear. I am frustrated in this whole situation. And I may be upset that this promise happened in the first place. But most of my frustration is with whoever made you make this promise.
And you notice now that when he leaned back, he's kind of like gripped the counter so he can keep himself stable.
Mm-hmm.
But you could see now that his grip has very much tightened on there and making his hands shake just a little. Like he's trying to keep himself calm, but it's tough. Yeah, well, you and me both, kid. So, moral of the lesson, story, just don't make pinky promises. You know?
Don't make promises you can't keep. Jesus Christ. Oh.
That's why I don't make them. This one was just twice as bad.
God, so this means... Could probably find this guy, maybe? God damn it, detective work was never my thing. Why did I...
Neither was it mine. I mean, you know, as somebody in business, you end up coming across some not so good stuff. Then you think you can solve the problems, and then, nah, you can't. It's just, and he looks kind of, he's stopped gripping the counter, and he looks kind of deflated. God, I just thought, listen, kid, you don't have any obligation to be in. And he just makes a gesture with his hands. All this. I just wanted some food. I just had to, you know. And I can get if you're mad.
You really did just come in here for some curry, huh? God damn.
I mean, you know, if you're really mad, you can take a swing if you want. And
No,
he points
God,
at his face like, yeah.
No, God, no.
Hey, listen, kid, if you knocked me out right now, you'd be doing me a favor. I mean, why do you think I've been drinking all day?
Dude. Oh, God, no.
And he laughs and laughs. But he just looks just totally put out. He looks hopeless. I'm must have lost my edge, huh? Haven't really made you laugh too much.
I don't know. I said I wanted to help Bevan. And I may not have an obligation, but look at you. You're coming into my goddamn cafe drunk and sad, and can
Well,
I
I mean,
not say, how can I say no to helping someone like that?
well, I mean, to be fair, it was my choice to come in here drunk and sad. I mean, I didn't think I was that sad, but listen.
Arata gives him a look.
All right, yeah, okay, fine. I get it. I'm a mess. I'm a goddamn mess of a clown. I mean, you can't help but chuckle just a little bit. But I mean, I really, I just wanted to forget for a while. Yeah, he goes back into his hammer space and he pulls the flask back out. I mean, there's
I guess I don't blame
really not
you.
much else for me to do. Yeah, he unscrews the flask, but instead of taking a swig, he puts it down on the counter. Just uh,
Yeah, Arata's thinking, and he looks at something under the counter on the floor. Genie's still there. Uh,
this poor cat has to listen to this whole thing.
yeah, I've already established that Genie is smart enough to understand common, so like, um, Genie's there, but while he's looking at Genie, he kind of like, there's a look across his face like he's listening to something that isn't there, and Arata places one hand. He places one hand on the counter and he kind of leans and he thinks of something to say. And he goes, I may not have an obligation to do anything about this, and you're right about that, but like I said, I want to help. Sammy, let me guess, Sammy believes that you're the one who did this. God knows why he believes you. Like, I saw right through that, but...
Well, yeah. Yeah. He he kind of plays around with the flask a bit and is like, well, I mean, I was not drunk when I talked to them. I was probably infinitely more charismatic than I am now. He adjusts his bow tie.
Arata lets out a chuckle at that, and he's just like, alright, you get a pass on that. But maybe I could talk to Sammy. Maybe he probably knows somebody on the... God, I don't trust the police, but he might know somebody who can figure this out. I could talk to him, but... Laffy... Bevan has a right to know that this wasn't an accident.
Yeah, he kind of bites the corner of his lip like, I don't know. he starts looking pensive, like, I mean, this wasn't, this wasn't how it was. And he leans back on the table, leaning against, like, he has, again, he has his head in one of his hands. Wasn't how it was supposed to go.
Can you tell me how it was supposed to go?
You know what? You but putting up with me. Yeah, I think I. Now it's gonna be a bit roundabout, because well, you know. But see, that troop, it just ain't good for the kid. They're all, uh, they're just not right. They're not right in the head. None of them. Well, maybe two of them, but otherwise, I mean, I'm not very right in the head either. But that's besides the point.
Arata
See,
tilts his head, but he's just nodding like, go on.
so the truth is, I had a plan. I was gonna be doing the separating, but not like that. Not, not the way it went down. See, I'm smarter than just taking the opportunity. You know, I've done that a few times. It doesn't always work out. No, I had a plan, and he he goes into his hammer space.
Oh boy.
Uh, and wait, do I actually have it on here? All right, yeah. So he he pulls out a notebook and actually no, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. He pulls out a pair of reading spectacles, and he still has the briefcase on the table. He actually takes out a notebook from there, and he opens it up. I made a whole list. You should have seen the work I did. Whole list of people that I know that aren't assholes or criminals. Because I had to find the right person for this. Because, they couldn't really be without a family, or at least a guardian. So, I made plans to, and he flips through the book a little. I I was gonna set him up with somebody that could take care of her. And it would be fine. I was just gonna move a little scheduling around so that she wouldn't be with the troop for a bit. Send them over to the person, and that would be it. It was. I mean, I don't know if I could really read this as he's squinting through his spectacles. I don't know if I can really tell you all the stuff, but the plan was perfect until it wasn't. See, we were making our way through town. We just had to go through, like, what, one more town or two. It really wasn't too far, but it was about a week before the actual separating was supposed to happen. And then, 1 minute the kid's there, and it's fine. I turn, do something, it only takes a second. Turn around and the kid's gone. And that wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to. He just kind of. He's gripping the book. He's shaking a little bit. It's because he's upset.
You were trying to look out for them, and then they just wandered off.
No, they didn't. Now, this is the tricky part. There's someone in the troop that's not me, or maybe it is, and they're trying to say this in a very ambiguous way, but just clear enough so you can figure it out. The somebody did the pushing, and it at that event made itself known to me. But as all good clowns do, I was able to take the fall. You know, uh, 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 slip on a banana peel, kind of doodad, and he's frantically trying to be like, I can't quite say it out loud, but I kind of said it, maybe.
Arata just nods and scratches at the side of his chin. And he's trying to figure out what to do.
And he sees your confused expression, and he's like, he points at you like, exactly, like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, the kid's gone, which I mean is a good thing, but it's not the way it was supposed to be. And I mean, it looks like they've been making good friends. And he gestures to you, and you can assume he also means Sammy. But the troop's gonna try to get him back, and I don't know where to go from here. As if I can't try to stop them. I mean, they already, I just haven't been traveling with them for a bit. I know the schedule, but
Arata takes a deep breath, and he says a question. He's going to ask a question that's going to be hard, and I have a feeling that the answer is going to be hard. But he takes a breath, and he says, Bevan really missed their troop. Were they all really that bad?
Yeah. He kind of just looks. He stares at the curry plate, which is pretty much empty. Then he stares at the tea. Well, I mean, which is gone. It's just the cup. And he's mulling it over a bit. I mean, you can practically see the gears turning for a second. Well, hold on, I'm gonna do something that I'm gonna roll something. Let's see what happens.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. I am afraid.
So, now that was, well, he shakes his head and he's like, they're not good for the kid. It's not, they're not, no, they're shitty. Shitty people.
Shitty how? Look, before you answer, just know that I personally had shitty family. And luckily I'm out of their house now, but goddamn. Look, the thing I'm trying to get at. People have a right to choose their family. And taking that choice out of someone's hand. I don't know if I agree with that. But if they are as shitty as you said,
And as Arata is saying this, you see his face kind of just he turns, and then starting to get a little bit of an understanding. You you didn't have such good folks, and yet maybe
they kicked me out. That's about it.
uh, well, I mean, I guess you're better off without him, though, right?
Yeah. God, I mean, I got... Well, I... I would say he's my dad, but those adoption papers haven't been finished yet, but fingers crossed. Whatever.
Oh.
uh, but, like, back to Bevan, it's... What made the troops so bad?
Well, I mean, you have a point in asking. Oh, just to tell you, the past two rolls were just simply wisdom checks.
Oh boy.
Because he's thinking that we'll see. Hold on. Yeah. He actually picks the cigar back from his hat and kind of just turns it over in his fingers. I don't know for sure. I could be, what's the word for it? Well, the truth is, I didn't have such a good troop when I was a kid. And maybe I see some similarities, but maybe they aren't as bad. I could be, and he starts making like a gesture, like he kind of makes like a box shape, like when you have like your first finger and like your thumb, he makes a box shape, like, and he's gesturing back and forth. Like, what is it? Like when you put a movie out, right?
Projecting?
What's the word?
Projecting?
That. But like, I can tell, I can tell that they too, they might be, and it's just.
You don't want Bevan to go through that.
He grips the table, grips the counter again. Yeah. Because I know it might not seem like it, but I care about the kid, okay? And I know I might not have said the right things. I might just be acting all confusing, but I want good things for the kid. That's all.
Yeah, Arata's like running a hand through his hair, his really fluffy and messy hair. And he thinks for a moment, and he says, "The next time I see Bevan, I don't know. God, I don't know if I would even be allowed, but I might try to convince them to stay with me.
With you?
I mean, my room's got more than enough room for the rest I
And
can.
now he's looking you up and down.
Look,
uh,
man.
I mean, you're a kid too, kid. I mean, well, I call everybody younger than me kid, but you shouldn't have that kind of responsibility. Which is why I set up that thing in the first place. And he looks a little agitated
Arata
again.
kind of just
Ugh.
straightens up, and he gives Laffy this incredibly serious look. And he goes, I'm a kid and I shouldn't have gone through half the shit I have gone through. I am not letting Bevan live on the streets.
He just starts laughing. Oh, yeah. Oh. Do you even know this kid? Come on, we taught him better than that. He's probably not living on the street. I mean, the kid's smart. No doubt. He's learned enough tips and tricks to worm their way into some kind of housing. You know?
But they shouldn't have to couch surf anyway.
You got a point.
Damn right I do. God.
Damn right he does.
And like, Arata's just like exasperated because, like, yeah, he's a kid. Bevan is younger. And oh boy, what was that?
Okay. So, he gives a sigh, and he suddenly, he's furrowing his own brows. He's looking very hard at the curry plate. You know he's concentrating on something else.
Yeah. Is he finished his curry, or is there like...
No, he's finished it by now.
Okay.
He's probably taken 1 or 2 bites as you guys have been talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And suddenly, you kind of see this determined glimmer in his eye. You know, you're right. You're right. Of course you are. This shouldn't... I shouldn't have the kid. If I'm willing to stick my neck out for this kid, I might as well go the whole way. And he grabs the flask and he chugs the rest of it. Slams it into his jacket. And he's like, promises be damned. Right? And he looks directly at Arata.
And Arata just kind of like... He nods, but then he goes, look, I don't know what's going to happen if you, like, overstep bounds with whatever the hell this promise is. Just promise you don't get hurt either.
Kid, I've worried about me for way too long. It's about time. If I'm gonna get hurt, it's gonna be for a good thing. And he has his fist balled up on the counter. I'm not gonna do it. Who the hell knows what's gonna happen? But don't try and stop me. And He's shaking a finger at it. Gotta say it. I gotta say it. This is all. And he gets up and stands up. This wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. I wouldn't hurt the kid. This is all Rocky's fault.
Oh shit.
And as soon as the words leave his mouth, he gets this pained look on his face.
Oh,
he clutches at his chest, and he starts bending over like,
Arata's like rushing over the counter. Like hang on. My boy has boy has expertise in there we go. He dead ass just like as soon as like Laffy like clutches at his chest and he gets this pain expression, he just vaults over the counter, and he is right beside Laffy and he's just like, easy, good. God damn.
He puts his free hand out like, I got this. But he's still kind of racked with pain. He puts the free hand on the counter. And then suddenly, just as suddenly as it came, it stops. He straightens backs out, and he pats himself for a second. Oh, that's it? But was that so hard? And he's laughing a bit. He's patting himself down like, I've got, I'm not bleeding. But he's turned away from you. And then you hear, oh God. Oh God.
What?
And he whips back around to Arata. God, look. And he puts both hands like in front of Arata's face. And I can't play piano anymore. And as you look, on his left hand, he's got, you had noticed this all throughout the conversation. He has 5 fingers. So he has 5 fingers on his left hand. But on his right, there are 4 fingers. And one of them, his pinky specifically, is missing. As if it was completely cleaved off. But no blood or anything, just it's gone. And he puts his hands down, he's just staring at them like,
Hang on. Hey, Arata. I'm gonna be mean to you.
Okay.
Okay,
I don't know.
it was a good roll.
Okay. I trust it.
It was a good roll, and he kind of, Arata, like, there's like a bead of sweat dripping down his face, like, oh my god. And he takes a breath. He's fine. And Laffy's fine. But, like, he's just, you know, I would take not being able to play piano over getting mortally wounded or whatever the hell I was thinking.
He looks up and he lets out a little chuckle. Nah, I was just messing with you. I never learned how to play.
Arata kind of like, Arata's like, he goes like, from confusion to just, come on, man.
Oh, come on. I diffuse everything with humor. And he's leaning a bit on the counter as he's laughing. But he's looking at his Uh, he's looking at his right hand now, and he's just like, but if yeah, I mean, if that's really it, I don't know what I was so afraid of. Man, I should take a risk more often. No,
I
whew,
yeah, that
I
you
think that's enough heartache for today.
yeah. I can look, Laffy. I can talk to Sammy. Maybe clear this up. Um, figure out what the hell he's doing, and I can probably. I don't know. I can probably. Uh, talk to Bevan, maybe? Unless
Yeah,
you want to talk to them yourself.
he lets out this tired sigh. Kid, let me. I I'm wiped, man.
No, I get that. I mean,
Uh, whatever you choose to do, you can. You and he points a thumb over at the dishes. You need any help? Man, I really put you on this weird roller coaster.
I mean,
And
I've
he
been
picks up
on weirder, but
the.
I mean, we're closing and shit.
Oh, right. He takes a look at his watch. Uh, I've stayed way more than past my welcome.
Look,
But
well, first, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to finish these dishes first, but I'm also gonna have to figure out what I'm going to do. His name was Rocky?
well, uh, listen, you didn't hear it from me, but he gives a wink, like, yeah, obviously. uh, it wasn't him. Um, well, let me get out of here. Uh, why don't Well, the Rainbow Kid probably hates my guts, so maybe it's best if you talk to him. As for Bevan, he looks off to the side. Yeah, I should probably talk to him. If I could find him.
I mean, again, I did invite them here once, so maybe I can find them again if they're still in town.
you, you what? He looks at you like, what? What? Why didn't you say so?
Look, we
We
were
could have just
on a roller coaster already!
But he just kind of simmers back down into laughs. Ah, man. All right, all right.
But,
I shouldn't. I shouldn't. Okay. But I think we kind of have a plan. If you talk to Sammy, and I talk to Bevan, and then we all meet up somewhere, I guess, I don't know, then maybe, maybe this won't be as hard as I thought. Yeah, he kind of gives this tired smile, like, yeah.
mm, we've been going on for like way longer than expected.
Yeah, I realize I'm actually about to wind it down.
Yeah,
Whoopsies.
before we close this off, there is one last thing that I kind of want to imply. Arata, what does he do? He leans back, one elbow resting behind him on the counter because he did hop over it. But he looks thoughtful for a second. Um, and he takes a breath and he goes, is Rocky his full name?
And he he looks a little nervous, but then looks back at his hand like, ah, well, I already broke it. So, well, no. But maybe we'll talk about it more when we're all together. Now you mind walking me out? I'm just a little whooped.
Sure, man.
So
if
you
he's
both go over. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
if he's walking out, I'm trying to debate whether or not Genie would follow, but like that would be one more thing on top of everything else. Like, oh yes, this cat has been here the whole time. So like, I think Genie.
He doesn't know though.
Yeah, I think Genie. I didn't. Oh fuck! I forgot to open Genie's stats. Oh well. Oh well.
It's fine. This is fine.
I'll just say that like Genie probably like snuck off to make it look like he's just coming down the stairs.
Oh.
and then like as they're leaving, Genie just like hops onto Arata's shoulders, and Arata, as they leave, Arata turns the sign so it says closed.
Ah. But once the two of you are outside, he gives you a little wave like thanks. And he starts making his way down the street. But when you have the door open, do you mind making one last perception check?
Arata, please. That's a nat 20!
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So, as you had opened the door and turned the sign, you hear a rustling sound, as if there was somebody that had just kind of turned the corner. And I don't know if there's like some kind of alleyway near the inn. But you also take a glimpse of a shadow as it streaks by into that alley. And it's a rather small shadow.
Arata's just, fuck's sake, under his breath, and he's going to investigate.
Oh okay.
He doesn't trust like that, man.
He doesn't trust. Let me. What was there? I think if I remember, it might have been. Okay. So you do turn down the alleyway, but they seem to have disappeared. I mean, unless you want to kind of roll again, because that was for stealth.
I think he's gonna roll one more time. I don't have high hopes for this, because Dice Parser likes to play with my feelings. Yeah, that's about what I expect. But, Arata kind of looks around. He murmurs something under his breath. Genie meows at him, and he just goes, shh! And he goes, alright. Whoever you are, if you're here for me, Bevan, or Laffy, you better not hurt a hair on the kid's head. And he looks around.
Obviously, you don't hear anything back. Or maybe Oh no! This has gone on for far too long. I was gonna do a cliffhanger. Actually, no, you know what? I've got it. So, um, uh, just when you're about to turn away after a moment of silence, you hear doo 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 doo, followed by a scrambling sound.
Arata turns back around.
Um, do you go into the alley
Yes.
or?
Yeah.
So you go down and go a little farther.
I
And
should say that, like, I may not have Genie's sheet open, like the stat block I use for him, but I do know that cats have dark vision.
oh,
I forgot the radius, but
um. Well, I mean, I suppose then, radius. I think it's like 30 feet or whatever.
yeah.
But you would definitely be within range, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So you go down, and there's like this little cutout of a doorway from the adjacent building, and Genie can see this, I suppose. A little pink shoe is poking out from someone hiding there. And I'm assuming Genie imparts this info.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to take a deep breath. And he's going to guess. And how big's the shoe, would you say? Like, is it like adult sized or?
It's not like a regular shoe, and it seems kind of small.
Okay, Arata's going to crouch, and he takes a breath, and he goes, "Is that you, Bevan?"
The shoe hurriedly shifts back a little, but it's still like part of the doorway, so they're still there.
I'm not going to hurt you.
And then very slowly you see one and then two shoes, obviously along with their tune, as Bevan rounds the corner. And they're just they have a hand on the doorway, and they're holding Taki, which made the noise, and you can tell, even in the dim lighting, that they have tears in their eyes.
Oh, Bevan.
And that's where we're gonna stop.
Oh, Bevan!
Yeah. Gosh, that took way longer than I thought.
Oh, it's because it took so long for us to get to, like,
the point.
Yeah.
Frick, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
This clown just waffles so much. So, join us next week.
Oh my god. Oh god. Wait.
As we figure out just what is going on. But yeah, that's cool. That was way longer than anticipated, so I think we'll stop there.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much for listening.
Oh my god.
And we hope to see you in the
whenever the next one's gonna be. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.